Hello friends and welcome to Wafflecat Weekly, episode 13. I don't know if we can call it the weekly anymore. We took a little bit of a break. Not much going on in the world of Azeroth, but this is one of the most exciting weeks that there is, because this is the first week that we get the new tier of vault rewards. So very excited. I didn't do as many keys as I wanted to, but we still have vaults on all of our guys. Hopefully our Shaman can get something good, or our Pally, or I don't know. So we got lots to talk about today. Should be an exciting episode. I don't know what the quests are, what the affixes are. We're all learning together. So if you're watching this and you haven't opened your vault, good luck. But right now, I'm going to need the luck. So first, we're going to open our Mistweaver. I have just one singular key done on my Mistweaver, my Priest, and my Druid. I did 4 on my Pally, and I did 8, plus a little bit of raid stuff on my Shaman. So we'll start with the Mistweaver and go up. And I believe we have a small chance of getting tier gear. I think it's something like 6% per slot, if I remember from the testing. So not very likely that we get one from a Mythic Plus slot. Also, I believe we cannot get tier gear from the last 3 bosses. So we're very, very limited, but maybe we'll get lucky. Let us open the vault and see what happens. It is popping right now. The server just came up on a Tuesday. Everyone's flooding around the vault. Even on a dead Kill Jaden server, everyone's piling up. Let's see what we have here. We have a crit mastery neck, 278. Pretty disappointing. As a healer in Mythic Plus, you don't want something that's mastery heavy. Maybe we'll still equip this. What's our current? I think our current is kind of good. 252 crit mastery leech with a socket. I think we still equip this. We lose the leech, but I'm not really too jeez. Let's just equip it just for the item level. It's our first 278 piece. Kind of disappointing, but oh well. We're saving our luck for our other guys. Been playing a little bit of Holy and Dispriest since the update, and I'm not really too sure what I'm feeling. I feel like a lot of people are really optimistic on Holy, but I've been enjoying Dispriest too. And I think with the CDR, I think the CDR works really, really well with Dispriest from the seasonal affix. I think I'm going to come out with a video about the seasonal affix sometime this week, but we'll talk about my future plans then. I'm not sure what spec I should be in. I think I'm going to be in Shadow Loot spec, just because I don't know of any healing trinkets in Mythic Plus that I'm excited to get. So, let's see what we got. I think we only have one singular vault on this guy. Hopefully we'll get more next week. We have a crit mastery ring. It has a socket. I feel like some classes would really, really want this, but not having haste or verse is kind of bad. I think we would check out what we have here. I mean, we're using a 236 ring. This is going to be a pretty big item level upgrade. As unhappy as we are with it, I think we're going to throw a haste thing on here and a haste gem and throw it on. So 2 very mastery heavy items that we're not super happy with, but one thing that's nice is at least I'll be able to trade rings if I end up doing keys this week. Having a nice ring means that I can trade something, which helping out my buds gear up for raid will be at least something to look forward to. So, all right. I would say 0 for 2. But now we get tier. I was excited to play my Druid a lot this season. Hopefully I'll still be able to play it some, but the nerf to the Kyrian Lego hurt really, really bad. So I don't know how I'm feeling about Druid and keys, but we'll see. I think it's close. I think this is one of the better seasons that Druid has had. Oh no, where are we? It's this way. All right. We need an item with haste. We would prefer to not have an item with a lot of mastery on it again. I'm going to open in Moonkin loot spec for similar reasons to Shadow. Let's see what we got. We have a haste averse cloak. This is pretty good. We will absolutely take this. This is a Sorry, I'm being invited to do keys already. Alright, so we have a haste verse cloak. Sorry for the DM noise. We will put avoidance on there for now. And we'll equip it. Alright, so this is a pretty dang good item. This will last me quite a while. I don't know if there's a cloak from the last 3 bosses, but I assume this cloak is going to be on Growl for a majority of this tier. So, excited about this. We got a good loot, and now we're hopping on some characters that have some more options. Man, poor Paladin. Poor Paladin. It's so fun to play. I still really enjoy Pally, but the damage just isn't there, I feel like. I'm going to definitely reevaluate once everyone gets geared up and we get to see like what some fully geared Paladins can do, especially with the tier set. I'm definitely reserving judgment, not making any assumptions or like picking a main or anything yet, just because the way that this season is going to look is going to be so much different from what it is now once everyone gets tier sets and double legendaries and stuff. But our Paladin, we managed just barely to get what is essentially almost full bis at the end of last expansion, or the last tier, just to do nothing with it. So we'll have 2 boxes on this guy, I believe. You do not want to open this as holy loot spec. Could really use a weapon. As much as tier armor is good or whatever, but I really like just like a 278 weapon to start off the season. Let's see what we got here. Almost a weapon. Alright, so what do we got here? We have a haste mastery shield, and we have crit haste boots. Getting a shield is very tempting because it has a lot of main stat on it. You can see the boot has 99 intellect, the shield has 202. So it'll be, even though mastery isn't a great stat, it'll still be like a reasonable sized upgrade. Also, I don't know the exact double legendary situation. I have a feeling I might need to craft something on boots. But this is a pretty good pair of boots. This is where I wish if I knew... What am I even trying to open? Raids. Let's look at the last 3 bosses. Is there like a really good pair of boots somewhere? Gear filter, Holy Paladin. No boots there. No boots there. Okay. Oh, but there is a shield. Okay, so this will not... Oh, there is a... Oh, there's a cape too. Dang it. So we're gonna need to acquire both of these items at some point, even though they're not gonna be easy to get. Oh, these are really good gloves too. Holy moly. The gear from the last 3 bosses is pretty good. Actually, all this gear looks kind of junky. All this stuff doesn't look good, so... Not having an item that I'll need for Mythic Jailer will be nice. So what do we take? What do we take here? I wish I knew where I'm supposed to be crafting my stuff. Because I feel like it's belt and boots, if I sort of remember what I want to craft my Legos on. If that's the case, I don't really want to take boots here. I think I'm just going to take the shield. The shield is going to be a bigger upgrade. I'm not super happy that it's heavy mastery, but at the same time, this doesn't have any verse on it either, and I'm going to have to replace either one of these, I'm guessing, anyway. So I think we take the shield. I think that's our decision. These boots are real nice, though. These are real nice boots. But the shield will be a bigger upgrade for now. Oh, isn't my shield kind of good too? Oh, it's got avoidance on there. Yeah, but this is just so many item levels. We gain over 40 intellect, as well as quite a bit of secondary stats, 10 or something like that. This is a good shield. God, my Pally was so geared last year. Get some conduits I gotta spend. All right, so now on to our Shaman. So our Shaman should have some good selections. We managed to do 8 keys, plus we snuck into a couple raid bosses on the very last day. As far as I know, we can get tier items from the Mythic Plus slots. My chances of getting them were pretty low. It's like a little over 25% across all the slots that I had, I think. Or 30 or something like that, like 1/3 chance. But no luck. However, our Shaman will have a couple more, and I also did some raid bosses that dropped tier. So we'll see what happens. Do I open as Resto? I think I'm going to open as Elemental. I don't think it matters, but I think for Mythic Plus trinkets, you'd slightly prefer to get a DPS trinket. Alright, come on, Shaman. We need some big loot here. What do we get? Oh boy. Okay, what do we have here? Oh boy. Very interesting. Jeez. Okay. So, out of all of our Mythic Plus boxes, we have crit haste boots and then 2 mastery heavy items, which we're not super happy about. So if we take anything, we're going to take the boots. But this looks like junk. It's just a heroic cape. And we have a normal tier hands with heavy mastery. Man, this is not that good of a piece, but like a normal tier item, do I really want to take this out of my weekly chest over boots? Like, I don't really care about my power level that much. Let's look at the items. Let's look at the items from the last 3 for Shaman. Is this all the same? Legs, wrists, hands. So there's no boots. So this is going to be pretty close to what Bis boots are. Gosh, I think the comments are gonna be molding, but I think I just want to take the boots. Like, it's not going to be hard to get normal tier items. I don't really care about normal tier items, man. 252, a 252 mastery heavy gloves. Like, I don't even think I would use this. And this is a tragedy. I think I'm just gonna take the boots. I think I'm just gonna take the boots and be done with it. As much as I'm really excited to get the tier set as fast as I can, it just a normal gloves is just so junky. It is just not good. I'm gonna do it. I don't know. Hopefully you guys won't be too mad in the comments for this. My only tier piece that I've had a chance of getting. Just a normal item, man. Screw normal raid items. We're playing for the late game. We're playing for the late game, boys. There it is. Boom. Guess we could have just Valor upgraded these, but 278's 278. All right, first we got a lot to talk about too. I've been dragging on so long. We'll try and make this quick. Let's look at the affixes: bursting, storming, encrypted. This should be a fun week. I think bursting and storming can be a little bit frustrating at times, but this shouldn't give you guys too much problems. I think some of the Tazavest dungeons might be hard. Seems like they might be really tough on fortified, especially streets, but we'll see. Yeah, bursting storming isn't too bad. I'm not even really going to go over dungeons or talk about the affixes much, just because I think these don't affect the things that much, and I have lots of other stuff I want to talk about too. So either way, just get out there. Don't forget to dispel bursting. Like, using defensives and dispelling is the big part of bursting, and as a healer especially, the most important thing is you just stay alive. Like, let's say your team blows up a huge pack and you get a huge stack of bursting. I mean, if your team dies and you have to mass res, like, that's fine. That's not really that big of a deal if you just have to mass res. Like, yeah, you lose 40 seconds or whatever, but it's just not the end of the world, and in pugs you have plenty of time. So just the most important priority with bursting is that you keep yourself alive. And tanks don't take that much damage from bursting, so unless your tank is like really in danger, just focus on yourself. And like, if your teammates die to bursting, it's like whatever. Don't really worry about it too much. You don't have as much control as you think you do. Alright, so next I wanted to talk about, I will be casting the Race to World first. On the, I don't know exactly what the stream situation is. Right now they're live on BDG Gaming, the BDG Twitch. However, I don't know exactly what the plan is or what shifts or whatever, but either way, you'll be able to find it in the Twitch directory. And it looks like I have some night shifts, so it'll be like late night NA around midnight or so. 11 or midnight will be my shift. I think I'm closing out the day. My first day will be Thursday, And I'll post the schedule in the content channel in my Discord. So if you're looking to come say hi or support the stream or just come watch, it should be fun. It's my first like race to world first casting kind of thing. So a little bit nervous, but hopefully hopefully it should be a good time and it'll be fun. So there's that. I've been getting asked this a lot. This is like the most common question on my stream is why am I not rating this tier? And I don't know what really answer people expect. I just don't really feel like putting in the time right now. I mean, I don't know what other reason there would be. Just have some other stuff going on and it's just tough. Like before this tier, I sort of had this plan of joining Flashpoint and like being really serious about rating and getting the tier done. But once I like sort of looked at the schedule and like with stuff going on in my life, I'm just like, I can't really do this right now. This isn't for me. So I don't know what people think if I'm just like, if I got kicked from my guild or they just want some drama or something. They want me to like, oh, I'm protesting the raid or whatever. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm going to sneak in to get bosses to get loot when I can. And it's just like, I can't really be in for Mythic Progress right now. It's just too serious for me. Next, I want to talk about my Zero to Hero series. I kind of hoped it would be done by the time like now, but because I've been kind of AWOL and doing other stuff, I fell behind a little bit on posting of the videos. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ramp up the speed that I post them and just kind of finish it and get it out and go like maybe 3 or 4 videos a week. I also might do like one mega episode at the end because technically I did play like a mega episode. I played for like 7 or 8 hours on the last day just to sort of get the challenge done because I was really close. And so I might just to make like get the videos out there, I would I'm probably just going to start slamming them out. So if you guys are still watching that series and hopefully you can look forward to that. And then I don't know, there's no plans, nothing recording for what I'm going to do next. Mostly just going to focus on playing the game, and then maybe if the expansion sort of runs its course and gets a little stale, I might revisit that. But for now, no plans to do any new stuff. And stream plans for the week and the next 2 weeks. I think I'm gonna start trying to focus a little bit more on YouTube again. Well, this is a week where everyone's watching the Race to World first, including me. Like, I'm gonna be watching the Race to World first, so I can't really be streaming a whole lot. Like, everyone's gonna be watching that, including me, and so I'd rather just kind of like vibe. I kind of want to work on some guides. In previous patches, I do a lot of like almost like studying and like theory crafting like early on to try and figure out stuff, but this patch I've kind of just gone into it blind and I've just been chilling and enjoying it as a player. But the consequence of that is I don't really have super set in stone ideas about how to play all the healers in Mythic Plus yet, so it's gonna take a little bit of time for me. But that's probably my plan, is over the next week or two to work on some guides and get some information out for classes. I'm gonna try some different things. My 9.0 guides were pretty basic, and I like that because they sort of like help you if you just started getting into the class. My 9.1 guides were more about like an update. It was more like, okay, you played this class before, like what's different now. In 9.2, I'm not really sure, but I kind of feel like I want to go back to the basics a little bit, especially because there's probably going to be a lot of people either playing alts now that it's easier, or also just coming back to the game that maybe didn't play for a while. And so I kind of want to do a more thorough guide where I talk more about like gameplay and talents and stuff. But the hard part of that is there's so much stuff with covenants and double Legos, so I'm still kind of formulating how I want to do my guides, but I hope to do some guides. I don't know if I'm going to do every healer, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how much time I have to play and learn all the healers. But that's that. I appreciate you guys watching the vid and sticking it out to the end. We didn't get the greatest loot drops, but part of that is my fault because I wasn't going as hard last week. I guess I just thought there'd be more people doing keys, and I was kind of waiting around instead of pugging. And then I got to the last day and I'm like, holy moly, I need so many keys. But my hope this week is I can get 4 keys on every healer and then 8 on some of my like Shaman and maybe Pally or something. I'm still not even sure like what. I feel like Shaman is kind of like my soft main right now, and I don't know if I'm going to do... I don't really know what secondary healer. I kind of want to just make it Druid. I think Druid would just be more fun. Even though I think there's a pretty good shot that Pally is going to be good, I kind of feel like I just want to spend my extra time gearing up my Druid, and, you know, if there's a chance that it gets good, or maybe it's at least playable, and, you know, we're just kind of vibing. I think playing high keys with Resto Druid would be really fun for the end of the expansion. So again, good luck in your guys' vaults. I appreciate you guys sticking it out. I'll be releasing, so in the pipeline we have class guides. I also want to do a video on the new seasonal affix encrypted. I didn't really talk much about that this video, but I think I have a pretty good idea now of how you should play it in pugs and in organized groups, and sort of like my thoughts on the affix and some strategy stuff. So that's probably coming within a week, I hope. I've been really enjoying Lost Ark, and I've been getting pretty deep into that game. I'm definitely not quitting WoW or anything, but sometimes Lost Ark has lots and lots of dailies too, and I've been kind of jumping back and forth between the two games. So it's been a little hard for me. I don't know if I'm going to make Lost Ark content yet. There's a lot of really good Lost Ark content creators, so if I did, I would need to sort of like find my niche and like figure out exactly what I want, like what my content would be. Like I feel like with WoW I have a pretty good idea of, like, you know, Mythic plus healing for the most part, and then some other stuff sprinkled in. But in Lost Ark I don't really know. So people have asked about Lost Ark streams and content, but one of the big things that I think about when I either stream or make videos is sort of like, what value can I add, or what will people enjoy? And I feel like I'm just not as knowledgeable or good at that game yet. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thank you for watching, friends, and happy keying and raiding.